Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. I am Dr. Samantha DeLoache, your modeling pharmacist and your professional speaker coach. And I'm so excited to have another edition of Public Speaking in Business. These different sessions have really been blessing me. I've been meeting so many great entrepreneurs, businessmen, businesswomen who all have so many great things to share about how public speaking has helped their business. And today is not going to be any different. I just, of course, got to shout out the Model Speakers Academy. We are currently open and accepting enrollees or attendees to be a part of this wonderful 8-week program. You're going to learn so much to help you be a better speaker, to how to articulate your thoughts, how to be able to model. And you may be thinking, what you mean by modeling? But motivate, organize, deliver, engage, and lead. That's what the Model Speakers Academy is going to help each one of its participants do. So I'm having a webinar tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And actually, every Wednesday for the month of October, I'll be having webinars letting you know about all the great things the Model Speakers Academy has to offer. So you definitely want to tune in. And if you know somebody who wants to be a part of it, then hey, let them know. If they have a little trouble with speaking and they need that little extra push, then this is where they want to be. And you can even hit the QR code that's on the screen and you can sign up right now as well. But enough about that. I have the wonderful Dr. Stevie Meals here today. She's going to share about her business and give us some insight how public speaking has helped her. So welcome, Dr. Stevie Meals.
Hi. How are you, Dr. Samantha?
I am doing well, doing well. So tell everybody about your business and what you have going on.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, in my business, what I do is to help career professionals, those of you who have professional jobs, who have a lot of experience and expertise, but don't know how to make money from it. That's what I do in my business. I show you how to increase your visibility, your credibility, and your cash, all by using what you know to allow your bank account to grow. I also work a full time job. So I literally work as a marketing manager for an amazing nonprofit that has a focus on adult literacy.
Wow, that's amazing. And I'm glad you're here to share that perspective because you don't find too many people who do both, who are entrepreneurs as well as business women and men and working a full time job because that's my testimony right now as well. I work full time as a pharmacist, but I still am building my Model Speakers Academy. And so I think that's great that you can show that point of view or perspective because many people feel like they have to choose one or the other, or they have to throw one away. And sometimes your 9 to 5, is there to help you, get to that next level, or maybe it's something you're passionate about and you enjoy doing. Like I enjoy being a pharmacist, I enjoy helping people, but I enjoy speaking as well. So you don't have to pick. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you don't have to pick. I am a both and type of person. I'm not an either or type of person. So I believe that one of the key streams of income is to position yourself inside of a job that gives you steady income. For me, when my father passed away in 2022, that's when I decided to go back into the workforce. And it's been the greatest thing that I could have done for myself.
Amen. Yeah. And I'm like you too. I'm not a either or. I'm a all. I
Yeah.
want all or nothing. So I try to get as much as I can. But let's go ahead and get into it. Why do you believe public speaking is a crucial skill for business professionals today?
It is a crucial skill because you have to know how to speak correctly. Part of my background is in public relations. So if you ever notice and listen to the way I speak, I traditionally speak in sound bites. That's just how I've been groomed. I'm going to get to the point of the question. So a sound bite is a small snippet. I've heard people go on and on and on again about one question, but when you've been on television and when you've dealt with television, they don't have time for that. Your interview is normally about 2 to 3 minutes. You have to get to the point, you have to punch it, and you have to keep going on. And even in the professional realm, I speak a lot. I represent my client, AKA my job, on a regular basis. And so, in order to do that, I have to speak to small groups, to one on ones, and even to larger groups.
Right, right. Like you said, you have to hit the sound bite, get the main meat and potatoes. So I definitely can appreciate that, and that's what I'm trying to learn to do myself as well. So, can you share a personal experience where effective public speaking significantly impacted your career or business?
Yes, as far as my business is concerned, I've been able to speak on all kinds of stages. And because of that, I've been able to leverage my books. I'm also an author, and I'm no matter if I've been given 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour to speak, I've also been able to do what one of my coaches says, lead with coins and contacts, because you're able to position yourself. And even if it's not a paid speaking gig, as long as you have something that's going to interest people, they're going to want to follow up with you.
Absolutely. And that's right. You have to be able to capitalize on any moment. And I feel like we should all have at least one or two sentences that we can share about ourselves, our businesses. And it doesn't necessarily require notes, but it should be something that you're doing, you're passionate about. And so it should be effortlessly to talk about or share. So that's really good. And you never know when that opportunity may come. So I believe in the term, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And so that's what you're showing right now. But what are some common public speaking challenges that business professionals face, and how can they overcome them?
The first one I thought about when thinking of this question is belief. A lot of times people do not believe in themselves and they do not believe in what they do. So you have to understand what I call your it factor, your gifts, your skills, your talents, and abilities that you've been put on this earth. No one else has your unique set of greatness. And that is what is going to set you apart. Once you build your confidence, then the cash will directly come. Cash is directly tied to confidence. Another one is you have to stay on top of what it is that you say that you speak on. You
Mhm.
have to be an expert in that. And
Yeah,
there's so much information around right now, there's no excuse for your expertise not to be shown. And so, believing in what you do, believing in how you do it, that is a powerful combination that will help you win.
absolutely. I love that you started with belief because you're right. That's so huge. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And so a lot of people don't even begin because they allow self doubt, they allow themselves to talk themselves out of things, and they stay in a little comfortable box and they don't grow. And so you're right. The first thing is definitely belief. And you're right. Cash is tied to your confidence because people can tell. They can pick up on whether you're confident about what you're doing or what you're selling or what you're providing. And if you can't convince yourself, how can you convince somebody else? So I think a lot of it is belief and also what we or who we hang around, I should say, who we
Mhm.
surround ourselves around. So if we don't have people who are speaking into us or encouraging us or have powerful coaches, because let me add, Dr. Stevie Mills is one of my coaches that she helps with me in the mastermind program. So you have to surround yourself around people who are doing what you want to do or who are going where you want to go or who've done what you want to do. Because if you're around a lot of doubters, a lot of, haters undercover or full blown, it can stop you. So belief is so huge. So thanks for hitting on that because a lot of times we have to start on the inside, start mentally first before we can outwardly express and go to the next level. So my last question is, what is one essential tip that you would give to someone who is looking to improve their public speaking skills?
I, of course, have to say, get with my girl, Dr. Samantha. Listen, and I want to say that because, for one, she is a model, and I love the model acronym. But one thing I've learned about being on some catwalks and runways at my stature of 5.5 feet, you got to show up like you own the runway. You got to show up in the runway of life. And anybody who has done that you can learn from. Also, the fact that she is a pharmacist. Listen, y'all, think about all the training that she has to do. Think about all the speaking she has to do. We know that we've been to the doctor and we understand that we might not know what that medicine is about.
Right,
So
right.
we need someone to break it down to us. And therefore, if you're somebody who is struggling with your public speaking, get with someone who is knowledgeable, somebody who is confident, and somebody who is leading the way every day. So that's what I would say, honestly.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that because this Model Speaks Academy is my baby. I really, really care about it and it's really near doing can't even say it, near, true, and dear to my heart because I struggled with, confidence in speaking. And, some who know my story know growing up, I used to stutter. I used to have trouble being able to articulate myself, but I had a speech pathologist work with me. And just over time, I continued to practice and get my confidence speaking at my church and speaking in small organizations, going to different schools and things. And it just continued to grow. So the key thing is you got to start somewhere. And we got to be honest with ourselves. If you were going to accomplish whatever that goal or task was, you would have done it by now. So many people like to put off things and delay and say, well, when this gets better, or when I get more of this, or when I get more of that. But the truth is, there's never going to be a perfect time, so you're just going to have to make a decision that, okay, I want to improve my speaking. I want to, do better with my job or get to the next level. And you just got to make a decision. You don't have to wait on the new year. You don't have to wait on a new week. You can start today and say, you know what? I want more. I want different. I know more can come, but the only way it's going to happen is that you got to make the decision. So it starts with you. It starts with us. And so if we want to change, we gotta make it happen. And so thank you for recommending or referring people to join the Model Speakers Academy because I want people to be transformed. To me, it's bigger than just speaking, but this is something that can help you really in every area of your life, from your job to the community, even in relationships with your family, friends. We all got to know how to communicate effectively. And the biggest disconnect I think we experience right now in the country is poor communication. We're not able to express ourselves and respect the person for how they feel and believe. So that's something that we got to learn. So thank you so much for that. So tell everybody how they can follow you, what you have going on, how to stay in contact, your business, all of the things.
Thank you. So, definitely, I would love you all to connect with my morning show that recently launched. It's called Moneymakers Morning. It is definitely on my Facebook. So, all you have to do to really connect with me is to know how to spell my first name correctly. You can go to stevii.com, stevie.com, and you can stay connected. You can find me on social media as well. And if you go to stevie.com, there's a free masterclass that's going to teach you how to increase your visibility, credibility, and yes, cash too. And one important thing I want to say is, y'all, please go vote. Specifically, it doesn't matter who you vote for, but that is a way to increase your public speaking, your voice, all the things. We cannot really talk about saying something with we're saying nothing. And when you don't vote, it's saying nothing. So I believe in the power of the vote, and I want to encourage you to vote. So go to
Yes.
stevie.com and go vote.
Well, thank you. And you're right. I'm glad you touched on that because voting is so important, not just the national election that is for the president, but for your local elections too, because that's what's deciding what's happening in your neighborhoods. So we got to realize that our voice is not only with what we say, but with what we do, our actions. And voting is one way to voice our concerns, our matters, and what's important to us. And definitely, like she said, go to stevie.com. That's stevii.com and check out that free masterclass because I know we all love free things. So let's go ahead and check that out. And I just want to thank you so much, Dr. Stevie, for coming on, for sharing your insight, and for encouraging us that, hey, if you want to get your voice out and you want to get some cash and learn how to pivot and get paid for what you know how to do, then they need to come check you out.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for this platform. It is so important. It really, really, really is that we learn and appreciate and build upon our voices. So many times
Yes.
we've been silent, specifically as women, specifically as people of color, that
Mhm.
now when we have somebody who's about to teach us how to speak better and speak more succinctly, then we gotta make it happen. Stop playing. Y'all go get connected.
Well, thank you so much. So I hope you all enjoyed today's public speaking in business. If you're watching this as a replay, put hashtag replay. But I'm going to include the links that Dr. Stevie just shared because I want you to follow with her, connect with her, and check out her morning show. So thank you again so much, Dr. Stevie, and I'll be catching you later. I know we'll be getting contact soon.
Yeah.